Okay, so if you're watching this video, the chances are that you do not have the SQL or the Microsoft SQL Compact 3.5 drivers that you need to use the articles database. So typically what will happen is if you try to access the articles database by going to this option and then hitting the Open Articles Database, straight away you're going to get this error message coming up. Okay, and basically it's going to say don't worry about this, but it's going to say here could not load file or assembly system data SQL Server CE version 3.5 blah blah blah. Okay, so this is all technical mumbo jumbo. You really don't need to understand this. The reason you're getting this is because you do not have the required database components that you need from Microsoft. Okay, so when I click close, you may or you may not see this, but here we are seeing this dialog pop up. This is the actual articles database, but do not use this. Okay, we need to install the drivers first. It's not going to work properly anyway, so we'll click exit. Okay, and then we'll click file, exit here. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to go to your browser and you need to go to this URL. Okay, so it's www.microsoft.com/en-us/download/details.aspx. Anyway, I'm going to put the URL right here so you'll see it. Okay, so once you go to this page, you will now scroll down. So make sure it's the Microsoft SQL Server Compact 3.5 Service Pack 2 for Windows Desktop. So make sure that it is this page that you're going to. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to scroll down until you see this download, and we'll click download, and then it's asking us to save the file. So let's go ahead and save the file. Now what I've done is it's telling me, let me just resize my dialog box or my Explorer, and it's asking me to put this file somewhere. So I'm gonna pick the temp directory in my C drive. Okay, and I've already downloaded this file, so I'm not gonna do it again. You can put it on your desktop, but I really do recommend that you create a temp directory and then you make sure that you put it in your temp directory. Okay, some browsers will allow you to do that if you configure them properly, but that's out of the scope of this video. If you use the Firefox browser like I did, there is an option where you can set it up so you can select the folder that you want to save it to. Anyway, once you've saved it here, I'm just going to cancel out of that because I don't want to do that. Okay, and let me bring up the folder. So here's my folder and here is my file. Now this is really important. Okay, what you need to do is do not double click. You need to right click this and you need to select this option here, run as administrator. Okay, you must do this or else things will not work. Okay, so run as administrator, and it's gonna say yes, and see over here, this is what we're getting. Because I have a 64-bit machine, and I think most of the computers nowadays are all 64-bit. So it says you really need to read this. Okay, it says on a 64-bit computer, you need to install both the 32-bit and 64-bit versions of the driver. Okay, existing SQL Compact will fail if only the 30. Yeah, so you really need to install both, and you'll see that in a second. Okay, let's just click yes, and it's going to ask you where. Basically what this is a zip file, and it's going to extract two files onto your onto a location which you supply. So I'm going to put them straight in the same folder. Okay, so I'm going to browse and I'm going to select my C drive, and then I'm going to go to temp, and that's what I picked, and I'll click OK, and then it'll say all the files have been extracted, and as you can see here, you've got these two files. Okay, you must install both these files. First of all, we're going to install the this one x86, and then we'll install the 64-bit. Okay, so now you just simply double click this first one and then just go through the browser, accept the agreement, next, next. So there's nothing really to do, just basically go ahead and install, and this will take a few seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and install that. Okay, once it's installed, you just click finish. Okay, so that's one done. Now you got to do the second one. So because we saw that previous dialog, it told us to do both. You have to do both, okay, or else it's not going to work. So we'll pick the 64, double click, again, very quick. It's painless. Just it'll take a few seconds to do, and you'll be good to go. Okay, done. Finish. Right, so now that we've done this, all we need to do is basically delete this folder. So I'm just going to delete this folder. I added it, so I'm going to basically right click and okay, I'm just going to press the delete key on my keyboard, and then I'm just going to do that. So they're gone. Now the way you can check is if you go to your control panel, right, and let's just open up control panel, and what we're gonna do in here is we're gonna go to the uninstaller program. Okay, and this is all my install program, but if you go down to Microsoft, right, you'll be able to see that I've installed the, so see down here, compact, right? So basically, as long as you see this, that means everything is installed correctly. Let me just bring that in here so you can see it. So you should see these compact files. Okay, once you see that, we know we're good to go. Now we can just close this down. Now I'm going to start up my application once again. Okay, and okay, I'll just bring that in here, and now if you click on articles database, bang, you're good to go. So now we don't get any error messages, and you know, I already have a couple of things in here, but yep, there you go, and that's it. That's how you install the SQL drivers, and I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one.